Just a video, the phone's playing up again. I've seen the first new gtld on a shop in the high street. I don't tend to usually go for the high street, I do it occasionally. But there's now a brand, it's called Easy Trade. It might be a national brand, I don't know. But it's spelled EAZZY.TRADE. Uses the new gtld.trade instead of a .com or .co.uk. Just type it into Google, you'll see. And look at the address in the search bar. It'll just be easy, EAZZY .trade. Because it's using the new gtld.trade. They've been about for 8 years. It's been the first time in 8 years that I've seen a gtld advertised on a shop window in the high street. In the shop, at the top of the shop, where the brand is, yeah. They've got, instead of their brand, they've got the brand as a gtld, which is the way you should do it. Much like Sports Direct, they've got sportsdirect.com, just the way that is, yeah. This brand has got a gtld. And at some point I would expect Sports Direct to use a gtld, because they own sports.direct, the gtld of sportsdirect.com. So at some point I can see more companies using the gtlds. Home Bargains owns home.bargains gtld. Well, if they ever use that on their trucks, all they've got to do is just put a dot. It's on their big Arctic trucks. All they've got to do, they have big Home Bargains on it with a space. They just put a dot there. That's the gtld website address. I've been trying to tell people for 8 years. I've been buying gtlds for 8 years, since 2013, 2014. It's now 2021. It's taken 8 years for a shop to actually have a gtld on the shop front. 8 years. And they're ahead of the game, because after shops haven't got a clue that gtlds exist. There's a lot of walking through the high street, looking at the brands and thinking, like, unless you own the gtld of your brand, it's sitting there for someone to buy for 20 quid, 30 quid. And they will. And the brands, there's a lot of businesses going to have to go to UDRPs, RDNHs and WIPOs, trying to get their brands back. Because every single brand on earth, there's 1,200 extensions, website address extensions of that brand. And they won't buy all of them, because some of them are $2,500 each to buy, and $2,500 each year to renew, and they won't buy them. But someone will buy them and just redirect the traffic to their brand, their competition. Easy to do. Takes 5 minutes. I'm just trying to let people, brands, know that you need to start looking at new gtlds. You do. If you're a business owner and you own a brand, you need to look at, type your brand, especially if it's a 2-keyword brand, or a brandable and a keyword, brandable word and a keyword. E.g. a brandable word and an industry sector or service sector, .co.uk or whatever, and you might have a hyphen in the middle. Only knows, I haven't got a clue why people use hyphens, because it's only a UK thing. And for investors, domain name investors would never buy a hyphen domain name. Pointless, because if you use a gtld, dot is as good as a hyphen, and the gtld dot doesn't need a website address extension on the end, because the second word of the keyword of the two. The second word in the gtld is the extension, the website address extension, and that doesn't need an extension on top of the extension. That's new gtlds. I make these videos to try and help you out if you're a business or a brand don't know anything about gtlds, so you can learn from my buying gtlds for nearly 8 years in 2021. I was buying them when they first was issued, and the reason why I bought them, because I ignored .com investors, I ignored UK investors who think .co.uk is fantastic. .uk is .co.uk is just .uk is UK specific. It's not global, which is why some of my domain names have been bought by global companies. One of my domain names now has been bought by a legal firm. I let it expire and they bought it after I let it expire. But the company that bought it is a legal firm with 1,400 lawyers and $1 billion revenue. Because I've bought a global gtld, not a uk.co.uk or u.uk. No one understands me, even UK domain name investors don't understand me. Because I ignored .com investors from the start. And I bought GTLDs when no one was taught GTLDs were anything. I bought emoji website addresses when no one even knew how to buy them in GoDaddy. Because you used to have to buy them by the code, and no one buys them by the code. They buy them by the emoji image, which wasn't available back in the day on the world's biggest domain name registrar. But I was buying them in code then. So if any of this helps you for your business or a brand, you don't have to pay for it. I don't need subscribers and likes and all that rubbish. This is just me trying to help you out, trying to give back to society. Using my 40 years looking at UK number plates, making number plate words out of number plate numbers and letters, alphabetical and numerical words in UK number plates, personalised plates, those names and brands and all that, and working, understanding a bit about Google organic SEO, which means if you get organic SEO, you don't have to pay pay-per-click, do you? And all that, yeah. So if this helps you out, all well and good. It doesn't cost you anything. I'll make this video for free. If you want to do something for me, just give someone a homeless person, buy them a breakfast or something like that. That put a smile on my face. Cost you that. Cost me nothing to let you know about GTLDs. You may save your brand if you type your brand into Google or GoDaddy, the domain name registrar. Just make sure that you buy the .com if you can, but you do need the GTLD. If you've got the .com, you need the GTLD of your brand, of your 2 keywords. I'll make a video on some of the extensions available so that brands can actually prevent other people from taking their brand, because the GTLD is the shortest version of it. So you need the shortest version of it, not the .com investor will tell you need the .com. If you've got the .com and you haven't got the GTLD, you've got no brand, have you? Because the GTLD trumps the .com all day long, every day of the week. All good fun. Adios.